Now I'm going to talk about free and bound variables. They're just two very small definitions. This will be a quick video. What is a free and bound variable? A variable with a quantifier called bound. Otherwise, it's called free. Example. So if I just wrote a blanket expression, x plus 1 is equal to x, then here x is free. But if I were to write either for x, x plus 1 is equal to 2x, and I also have to tell you the domain. So here the domain, let's say, is natural numbers. Or I could have used the other quantifier, the existential quantifier, which becomes there exists an x such that x plus 1 is 2x. Both of these imply that x is bound. That's it. There's nothing more. It's very simple. If there is a quantifier, it's bound. If there is none, then it's free. Now, for most of or at least like for most of mathematics that you are going to study until you hit abstract algebra and something more complicated, or even then, you don't want free variables. Your statements should only involve bound variables. This is the only thing you should remember from this entire chapter or this entire concept. That free is bad because x plus 1 equals 2x is not really a proposition. What is the x you're looking for? Is it a natural number? Are you trying to show it for all x? Are you trying to show it for some x? There's like not enough information in there, and so it's not considered mathematics. So we always want our variables to be bound. This is easy in logic because you see a variable, it's very easy to say that, oh, there's a missing quantifier, let's put it. This is much harder in when you write proofs in English, when you're trying to encode math in English. I get this a lot, like students will just start using variables without actually saying where that variable is coming from, what is the domain, what is the quantifier, and so on. So this is true not just here, but all of mathematics. And in fact, if you do any programming, then you know that for most good programming languages, your variables need to have data types, or you have to define your variable somewhere. And that is binding the variable. When you say int x, it's saying that x is an integer. When you say char x, it's forcing x to be a character. So you are putting a bound in the domain. And that's the computer science version of doing binding.